this is going to be a lot of fun. So I just hit the record button, so we're recording now. But so Jenny, tell us a little bit about what's kind of going on with Cahoots and some of the other co-working spaces that's going on over there, and just what's all going on in your world.
Yeah, I think Odin just hit the go button on a big crowdfunding campaign that we're launching to move us into our second space.
Awesome.
Yeah, actually, we're not going to do that publicly, so that's kind of like a, at least not yet. Well, this is kind of like, I guess this would be the, the sneak peek for you guys. I mean, it's live. We just weren't going to put it out until, we get friends and family to help us build some stuff in the campaign before we push it out to the world. But
okay,
yeah,
so ignore everything I just said.
No, this is an exclusive for the Coworking Live. If you're hearing this right now, this is exclusive for you. So it's you can send us at tiny.cc/I'm in Cahoots. So that's I, M as in Mary, I, N as in Nancy, Cahoots, COHOOTS.
Okay.
So the reason for that is we've been at capacity for quite a bit here, and we're expanding. And every time we've moved, we've known that it's a limited amount of time that we can stay here because we're renting and placemaker. So we always go into areas that need our help, right? And so we bring this activity and this density here, and then now the car rentals is going up across the street. Hello. And all these developments happening just right around us, which then brings all the value up in this area, which is amazing. But that also pushes us out because we can't afford to stay. So we launched this huge campaign to purchase a building that we're and we're finally at like the right place to do so. We've started pre-sales. We have a lot of potential.
I love it. You can post a here you go. Here I'll
I guess we can post it in the.
You can post it in the little mention board right there, and just have a screenshot.
Right.
I'll keep going. And Phoenix is at a point too that we feel like there's more than enough people here to support co-working as it grows in not just like in Phoenix's new location, but all throughout the city. There's more co-working spaces that have different focus areas, and it's just exciting to see. And so that's where we're going in the next couple of months. We'll be launching our new space, and I'm really looking for the right people that get this sharing economy and community and are willing to participate in building a better Phoenix building a better ecosystem for Phoenix.
Okay, awesome. That's exciting stuff. So when did you first kick off Cahoots?
We started in 2010. It was still like pretty much in the heart of the recession. Mm-hmm. And I have my own design agency, and so I run Cahoots. I stay kind of on the side, but it's really all of that I do now. And I started Cahoots because I was a lonely entrepreneur, and I had a lot of work coming in and was growing my company, but really just didn't have a place to do so. So I looked at kind of the sharing an office space.
Yeah.
Met some really amazing people who really helped me along the way, and I wanted to replicate that for everyone. You feel incredibly lonely when you're starting something and you get incredibly defeated quickly because you're doing it all by yourself.
Yeah.
So, it was great having that person to be my soundboard when I had these crazy ideas. And so that's what it started with, and that's the mission behind Cahoots, is to replicate that kind of support structure for all entrepreneurs.
Awesome. Hey, William, I'm gonna welcome to the group. I'm gonna shoot you out right quick and then jump somebody back in. But if you have any questions, ask us in the chat and I'll shoot back in. Sound good?
Cool. Sounds great.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
All right. Stephanie should be able to come back in. So one of the questions I really had was, how did the spaces in Phoenix? I mean, Emerson, you run a space, and then Jenny, you run a space. How do you guys really collaborate together?
Do you want to take that?
That's a great question. We actually haven't collaborated much since the beginning. And
there's definitely a large area for opportunity for us to work closely together, and it's great what you guys are doing in Phoenix. It's really exciting to see you guys expanding. We do have opportunities where we can allow our members to visit Cahoots, and it's same for all the members of Cahoots coming down to Phoenix. Anytime, it's an open door. We will welcome everyone in, and really just share the love down in Tucson if anybody comes down. But right now, I do see quite a few opportunities for us to work together and share ideas and really open up lines of communication to bring in new ideas both down in Tucson and up in Phoenix.
Awesome.
We you weren't there when we first actually started supporting Connect, but
Right.
we worked with Stephanie on Connect's initial launch. So we were working with the developer that launched Connect, and were brought in as contractors to help them build the vision behind it. And so we helped with that initially, and then we kind of structured it because we believe in the strength of Arizona. So we structured almost like a co-working visa, right, just between Arizona co-working spaces. So any of the companies in Cahoots obviously can go to Connect and Connect vice versa. I've been working with Stephanie, who has a lot of initiatives to connect Tucson, Mexico, Tucson, and Phoenix. And so we're working on a few of those initiatives to just build a better ecosystem between the three, and it makes sense here because of just the diversity of industries in Phoenix and Tucson and Mexico. So those are the few things that we're working on.
Definitely a big help in the early stages and in sharing ideas and really kind of developing the concept in Tucson, and quite a few of the things that you shared with the development team here are still in place, and we very much thank you guys for that. We've been just growing day over day. It's been really exciting this past year. We're approaching 90% occupancy.
Oh wow, great!
Yeah, I mean, a level that we've been striving to reach. About 2 years now in our new facility, and it's exciting. I mean, it really. It's really been one of those things, if you build it, they will come. And it took, the concept of co-working did take a little bit of a slow start in Tucson, but the community has very well received it. Every day we get new inquiries, we're doing tours, and we're filling up quicker than we have space for. So some exciting times down in Tucson in the co-working world.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear both of you guys are really taking off. Jenny, I know you said you have to shoot out to another meeting, but thanks again for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. I'll hand it over to Odin and he can pick up any of the other.
Cool. Sounds good. Well, Jenny,
Bye.
congrats on all the stuff. I look forward to catching up again soon.
Okay, bye.
Cool.
Bye.
All right. So
Yeah.
So one of the things okay, hold on a sec. We're gonna do this a blab first. We're gonna put Steph on speakerphone. Let's give this a shot. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. All right. Hey there.
Hey Chris. Hey guys, can you guys hear me?
Good stuff.
Can you guys hear Steph?
Hey.
Yes. Hey, Stephanie.
I'm telling Chris, this is the risk we take for new tech.
This is the risk that we take for new tech, right? Can you guys hear Stephanie okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Good stuff. So Steph, what kind of questions do you have? Oh, we just lost her. This is too funny.
Technology, baby.
So technology, it's only as good as when it wants to work, right?
Right.
So one of the questions I wanted to ask you guys is, where do you see the co-working movements growing in Tucson and Phoenix? And I know you guys only have a couple of spaces out there, but what niches and what areas do you see growing over there?
Odin, you want to take this one?
Yeah, sure. You know, in Phoenix, when we started in 2010, like a lot of places that didn't have co-working spaces, I mean, no one really knew what we were. Fast forward to today, I can count 5 co-working spaces within downtown Phoenix and midtown Phoenix and uptown Phoenix, like really in the central Phoenix area. And we do all really have our niches. And I think that's how it's going to continue. There's going to be a space that's going to come out that's going to be part of a local company here called WebPT. They're bringing Galvanize to Phoenix. And Galvanize, I believe, started in San Francisco, and Galvanize, as most or some of you know, that what they really focus on is the educational aspect of teaching technology education there, and then from their education program. They bring in their co-working is bringing in companies within their program and house them in their space. And that's what they're going to focus on in Phoenix as well. They see that, what we've been fighting for so long and since we started Cahoots was showing people that there's talent here, and now people are seeing there's talent here. And I believe that we've that we've helped that. At least I had hoped that we did, to show the world that, or that at least this country, that there is talent here in Phoenix. And now people are seeing that, and now there's a lot of companies that are coming here, and a place like Galvanize to come here and help to continue to build that that community here. So they're going to focus on technology companies and housing them and their education program, like I said before.
Yeah. And how about you, Emerson? What's your take?
Excuse me. It being, Tucson being a little bit smaller of a market, we have, there's about 3 different spaces that are currently operating in Tucson that are kind of that non-traditional, that co-working model. What we've seen is just a large variety of members of businesses that are coming in that it's just a range. We don't really have one specific type of approach or one specific type of member that's attracted to here. We're looking at everyone from people running for Congress to lawyers to real estate developers, all the way down to your startup. So because of the nature of Tucson, it being, I think we're a little bit over 1 million in population right now. We don't have that scale that Phoenix does. We couldn't support 6, 7 different co-working facilities, but just like Odin said, it is very niche based. There are communities down here, co-working communities that are very artist centric, and that are catering just to the startup community, helping take these business plans from ideas to fully funded ideas. And really that's kind of when we step in and we're attracting those members as these companies become funded and a little bit more developed. They're attracted to our environment. There's definitely the big competition down here, the intelligent offices and the Regises, but we don't really even see them as competition. The type of member that is attracted to a place like Connect is a very vibrant personality and somebody that is craving community and craving collaboration. And, that's really what we've seen. We've grown our membership based on just tremendous personality and amazing business ideas. But it really is, it's very dynamic. We've got a company here that fresh out of Eller School of Business at the University of Arizona they've developed a phenomenal real estate marketing product that they're launching and they're having great success. We've had guys that have been very seasoned in their industries, in interior design, web development, veterans in the Tucson industry that were working from home and came across an opportunity to be part of a great ecosystem and providing great collaboration. And that's the one thing that I tell most of the tours that I give. I really just express how awesome it is to be part of a community of so many great people and so many great minds, and everybody is just willing to contribute and help out the newer businesses all the way across the board. It's just really exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cool. Thanks for sharing that. So I always like to talk about the people that are in the space, because we always talk about the spaces in terms of square footage and all the amenities, whatever else. But tell us about some of the great people that are working out of your space. And OD, you want to go first?
Yeah, I can.
Feel free to give them a shout out on Twitter and say, hey, thanks for being at the space. # Coworking Success Live.
Yeah, we have a company called Sputnik Moment in our space right now. They started with us in 2011 with just 2 employees. Now they're a team of 10.
Oh wow!
And I could name up to maybe 9 or 10 companies that have started with us with just 1 person and have we call it graduating from our space.
Yeah.
But Sputnik Moment specifically, now they're a team of 10. They are a nonprofit Salesforce consultant.
Okay.
And so they help nonprofits with kind of implementing Salesforce into the things that they do, whether it's a specific campaign, whether it's organizing their entire organization. They've had huge clients. They had a big win last year when they locked down the Red Cross, actually.
Mm-hmm.
They helped the Red Cross with a number of their big campaigns that they do. They travel all over the country. Sputnik Moment travels all over the country. They travel all over the world. They do talks at the big Salesforce conference in San Francisco. So we've been really proud of seeing their growth, and they are going to be graduating from our space in a couple of months and getting their own office, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to help companies find a place where not only where they can work, but where they can grow. And like Emerson said, that community aspect, that collaborative aspect that we formulate here, that grows here at Cahoots is huge for a lot of our members. And Sputnik Moment is just going to be another one of those companies that has started here at Cahoots and then have grown and have grown out of our space. And it's phenomenal and awesome and really, really proud for us to be able to see that.
That's cool. So what does that graduation ceremony look like? It sounds serious, but I doubt it is. I'm sure it's Odin and Jenny walking up and be like, hey, you made it.
No, we gather people around. We make it a members only kind of event within our space.
That's awesome.
Yeah, their graduation ceremony is actually today. We're gonna have we're gonna have beer, we're gonna have food, and other graduating parties that we had. We would bring in caps and gowns and stuff
that's
like
so
that.
Cool.
Pinatas.
Very cool.
Will you take a picture of that and then do like a hashtag coworking graduation or something like that? That'd be really cool.
Yeah, definitely. We have a kegerator at Cahoots, and we get our beer sponsored by a number of companies within our space from Phoenix Ale Brewery, and we just got new beer, new kegs yesterday. So
awesome.
that's gonna be flowing today since it's Friday, and so we'll see how long these new kegs last.
That's great. That's great. So that's awesome. So Emerson, tell us a little bit about some of the people that you're working out of your space, and audience and listeners and viewers. If you guys want to jump in, take one of the open seats, I'll bring you in, and feel free to ask your questions about co-working or what it's like, or whatever else. We'd love to have you. So go ahead, Emerson.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris. One of the members that I've been most proud of to watch grow has been Calibri Center for Human Rights, and it's from the nonprofit sector, and they started with 2 employees here. They're now fully funded, and they're actually growing from our lowest level membership, our drop-in area. They'll be taking on more space in May, and just really a phenomenal group of people that are really fighting for human rights and combating human trafficking.
Wow.
And among other things. So a very noble effort that they're working on. And it's just, to see these companies start from an idea, work together and grow and hire more employees and really fight their cause, whether it be in technology or business or in the nonprofit sector, it's the most exciting part about coming to work, to see our members' ideas come from written on a whiteboard wall to a fully developed and funded business. It's the most exciting thing. And a couple other members, there's so many. We're over 90 members in our space right now. As I had mentioned, Victoria Steele's congressional campaign, she's campaigning for Democratic Congress here, and just the efforts that she's put in and outreach in the community and the exposure that she's brought to Connect has been tremendous. It's always fun to see these the technology guys. I mentioned in-house real estate marketing. These guys are on fire right now. I mean, they work harder than anybody in the space. You got guys that are fresh.
Can you tag them on the chat?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll throw them on there. They're getinhouse.io, and I'll go ahead and put that up on Twitter there. But just a really slick, phenomenal marketing product for real estate agents. They launched nationwide. They're really focused on growing their brand here in Tucson at the moment, but they launched February 1st. They have their goal is 100 signups for this month. They're at 70 so far, so they're well on track to hit their goal. It's been fun to mentor them and help them with their sales process and help them develop their ideas from making phone calls and reaching out to these agents and developing sales and earning revenue. I mean, ultimately that's what they're here to do, and to see the money rolling in is great. We've got some very industry specific members here. We've got a great real estate team that operates out of Connect. They've got about eight agents that are here that participate in the community. They hold open houses here at Connect, which is great exposure. Every Saturday, every second Saturday in Tucson, we have what's called downtown. Our second Saturday, which is a kind of a street fair in downtown Tucson, and they'll host an open house, and they'll open that open house up for any member of Connect to participate and set up and share with whoever would like to come through about their business, whether it be in insurance or mortgage or health products, things like that. So our members, the members can essentially set up a booth at their open house and share their products. So they're doing some really great things for the community. We also have Platinum Mortgage in here. They work together, so it's in kind of an internal collaboration within Connect. We have some great artists, some phenomenal artists. I mean, these guys are just doing great work. Nationally recognized comic book artist Ben Mackey is in our space, just doing really cool stuff on Illustrator. It's just fun to walk by his desk and see whatever's on his screen. He's just so creative, fun guy to talk to. We recently brought in Quicken, a development team for Quicken Loans. They're working on a national company that took on quite a bit of space here, and their focus right now is developing a new app for for getting a home loan.
Sure. Yeah, that's one.
They're on fire too.
Yeah, that's cool. So that's one of the next questions I wanted to ask you guys, because there was recently an article in Bloomberg about the whole corporates that are coming to the co-working space, and we've known about this for a while, and we're starting to see more and more of it now. And I think some of the spaces are a little bit more geared up now to accept those people versus before. Mm-hmm. Are you seeing more corporates kind of join your space, Odin?
Not quite yet as far as corporates go. For us specifically here in our current space at Cahoots, we're only a 4,500 square foot space. Okay. We only have 2 offices, so we don't have any of the traditional corporate places. We do have, in our 2 offices, we do have very large companies in there. There's the Nerdery, which is a development shop. They have a huge HQ in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and they have different branches. They have one in Kansas City and Chicago, and they just started up in Phoenix last year with us. And they sent maybe 4 guys here. Now they're a team of 10 to 12. And when we move into our new location, they're probably gonna take up about 3 of our offices. They might use just one of them as their own conference room. And then, so we got the Nerdery, which is a pretty big company. We also have New Relic, who's also sort of like a development shop. They do a lot of analytics and stuff like that. They're also, this is also their Phoenix branch from a larger company, and I believe their HQ is in San Francisco. But as far as any other companies bigger than that, no, not yet. We still get a lot of the, started as a mom and pop maybe 6-10 years ago, and now have 200 or 150 employees, and are branching out to different cities.
Yeah, that's great. And Emerson, do you have any corporate folks that you mentioned Quicken, but do you have any other corporate folks that have reached out to you to say, hey, we have some remote workers that want to kind of come check this place out?
We do. Actually, a company that I'm sure everyone is aware of, Uber. They operate their driver onboarding. They've had an office here from the beginning. So they've been really like one of our marquee tenants from the very beginning here at Connect. And we have a couple of other construction companies that are on a corporate or global level. Ryder Levitt Bucknell, they handle large scale construction projects. So they have a remote office here in Tucson. Guys come down from Phoenix very often and work on projects here. So we are seeing an attraction. Another company, PHI Air Medical, a national air medical vac company. They run helicopters for emergency events. So another global operation that they have a satellite office here at Connect. So we've been able to create a certain level of professionalism here at Connect that will attract your CEO or your corporate guy can come through in a suit and tie and he doesn't feel out of place. And really that's just that's a testament to the type of members that we have.
Sure. Yeah.
Anywhere again from your startup, your freelance artist, web developer, all the way up to $1 billion company like Uber, is attracted to this non-traditional style work environment.
I would fail to mention if I didn't mention that. Yeah, when Uber came to Arizona, they started here at Cahoots. This was their first office in Arizona. It started with 4 of them. They came to us in 2011. When they started Uber in Phoenix, and then now they're obviously a team of like maybe 50 to 60 of them. Now they office somewhere here in downtown, and this is their office here now with about 60. That's the operational base for pretty much all of the Southwest besides LA and San Diego. They spit out people to Tucson and to Connect, and now they're in Utah, and they started Las Vegas. They're going to New Mexico.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's awesome that we have these companies that come in, and when they start with us. They start with Connect, they start with Cahoots,
Right.
and then they grow. And if our space is able to still house them and still hold their numbers, then that's more the merrier. And it's great that they're looking at space like Gibson said, non-traditional spaces like this to at least start before they grow and again graduate from our spaces.
Awesome. Yeah, I think we have Adam Greenwald from Launchable Mags. I think he joined us. If Lauren, if you have any questions or you want to add to anything, it looks like we're having some audio issues on your side. That's the thing about tech; it's only as good as when it wants to work. But so I'm just gonna.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you. Oh, perfect. There you are.
Oh,
Perfect. We can't see you, but we can hear you, Lauren.
that's all right.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've just been talking about co-working and kind of how the all the niche markets of co-working, and then also how the corporate co-workers. There's an article in Bloomberg that was talking about how more corporate companies are allowing their companies to remote work from these co-working spaces. And the question was, I asked Odin and Emerson if they've seen an influx of corporate workers out of their space, and tell us a little about you and the space that you're working that you run, and some of the people that work out of there.
Great. Yeah. So I'm in Seed Spot, which is located in Phoenix, a little bit north of downtown Phoenix. And we have co-working opportunities for any of the ventures that are coming through our incubator program. So we don't do the traditional co-working space like a Cahoots, for example, but we do have desk space here that are full-time ventures that are coming through our 14-week incubator program that's designed for social ventures. So any entrepreneurs that are creating some sort of a social impact through the power of business, whether that be for-profit or not-for-profit, can come and be part of one of our accelerator programs and work from our space.
That's great. That's great. So how big is your space, Lauren?
We generally have up to 15 ventures coming through any of our given programs. And so we've got the desk space for that amount of ventures. And then we also have a rentable office space that's on the same floor, but it's not really technically part of Seed Spot as well. And we've got plenty of early stage ventures as well as more established companies that rent anything from a one desk to almost like a little mini showroom in our space.
Gotcha. So since you're in that incubator space, and maybe you guys can add your thoughts to this. I've read an article about a private equity firm that just opened up an incubator in downtown Phoenix, and I'm wondering if there are going to be more private investment firms that are out there that are wanting to open up more of these incubators to attract more of the people that they want to work with. Do you see more of that happening, Laura?
Well, I was formerly with a company called Tallwave that also at the time was doing more accelerator programs and startup services. They've kind of pivoted away from that and doing growth stage. Okay. But yes, I'm not sure if this is the group that you're speaking of, but there's a company that basically contracted them to run an accelerator from their building in downtown to actually use it as a marketing effort, a branding effort to brand the entire building as an innovation space. So hosted an accelerator from the space that Tallwave implemented for them. And so I think that there is throughout Arizona, not just Phoenix, there is a movement toward innovation. And I think in a land that's primarily been a real estate play, I think there are folks that are interested in having innovation and real estate kind of merge together and build spaces where there is co-working, where there are accelerator programs, where graduates from those types of programs would want to settle in and really have that collaborative community that inspires more and more innovation and creates those kind of what are those called, like spontaneous meetings, where places like Arizona, where there's even Phoenix and Tucson and Flagstaff and the other cities being separated, but even places within Phoenix, Mesa, Peoria, Chandler being so far apart, I think there is an effort from venture capital groups, investment groups, as well as just other startup support services to create those collision environments where entrepreneurs can be meeting with each other on more of a spontaneous level.
Yeah, absolutely. Odin, did you want to add to that?
Sorry, I didn't catch the.
Oh, we were just talking about how we're seeing somewhat of an influx of these private investment equity groups that are opening up incubator type spaces, and Lauren had mentioned that about another company that had opened something similar, but kind of pivoted out of that piece to be more of like a growth stage, more of an accelerator, more of an incubator, right, Lauren?
Yes, exactly.
So go ahead.
No, yeah, I think from what we've done here at Cahoots, and then what has SeedSpot has done, with their incubator space, I think real estate people and just people in general are just seeing the success that we're having in not only housing companies but helping them grow, and when you help them grow, that means that these companies also need places to office. And I think I can't speak for them. I can't speak for them, but I feel like that's almost that's got to be obviously one of their goals is there is space out there that they need to fill, and if this is a way where they can they can help companies do that, then they're also helping themselves. But there's obviously that that aspect of helping people live out their dreams, and if you can do that while putting them in an office and putting them and filling space, especially in Phoenix where there's a lot of open offices, and there's also offices there where that have been empty for years just because of the kind of the how young Phoenix is and how spread out we are. There's so many companies in Chandler and Gilbert and Scottsdale, but as far as the central Phoenix area goes, there's so much open offices out there, and if we can help companies grow, and if we can help attract companies to more of the central Phoenix area, I mean that the more the merrier for everyone else.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Emerson, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, just quickly. I mean, I think that's always been an effort of co-working spaces is how can we retain talent? How can we keep our college and our university graduates in Tucson and of course in Phoenix? And by having a place that they can come and grow their ideas, that gives them all the tools that they need, that gives them everything that they need to take their idea from a piece of paper to a completed business plan. And I know that SeedSpot had showed interest in coming down to Tucson. I don't know if that's still a possibility, but we really have, I would say we have a couple of incubators or really startup focused communities here that have made great efforts and have got funding and have gone after grants to be able to support these small businesses and these growing ideas. And one of the things that Connect does is annually we sponsor the new venture competition at McGuire School of Innovation at the University of Arizona. This is something that Stephanie Bermuda started in 2014 with the winners being Pitch Vantage, great company that's now still in Connect, that's launched, and they're finding success with their product, which is, it's a virtual program that allows you to give your presentation, a speech or a presentation, and it helps. It's technology that helps you be a better speaker, a better public speaker. And so Stephanie was one of the judges and brought them here to Connect. Since then, we've brought in other companies through that program. So it's something that we're really proud of. We look to offer space to these to these brilliant minds coming out of the universities and giving them a house, giving them a place to grow. So just complimenting kind of what Lauren and said.
Absolutely. Well, cool. Well, we're getting down to like the winding minutes of our show, but anything within the co-working community or the real estate angle that you guys want to talk about?
Just real quickly, I've noticed, a couple of trends in co-working being either real estate centric or community centric, and finding a way to bridge that gap is really the most important effort we can make in this industry. We're seeing more and more spaces opened by developers that may not have that insight of how to integrate a community and how to grow a community and the things that really make these places successful. Yes. The more that we can come together and we can collaborate on ideas on how to grow the community versus the real estate, this concept is going to continue to grow. It's going to grow exponentially because our generation, they're really, I can't say our generation actually, because we have members that are in their 50s and their 60s, and we have members that are in their early 20s. But the type of entrepreneur, the type of business person that is attracted to this again non-traditional environment, it's not going to go away. People don't want to be stuck in a stuffy office next to an accountant with a shirt and tie who shows up, rides the elevator to the 4th floor, goes in his office, shuts his door, doesn't say anything, and leaves at the end of the day. We want that collaboration. We want to be around people that are excited about what they're doing. So, the more that we can collaborate and share ideas about how we can grow our communities, I think the better off we'll all be. And if I can loop all the way back around to the very first question you asked me, Chris,
Sure.
Regarding how we can collaborate or how we've worked with our Phoenix, our colleagues up in Phoenix at Cahoots. It's inspiring to be able to sit here and talk to you, via video like this. But it's definitely something that we can work together on more. And so I'm excited to see what opportunities present themselves after this.
I'm stoked. Thank you so much for sharing that. And yeah, I agree. There's definitely a gap between the community side and the real estate side. That's kind of where I'm coming in with Operation Spot and everything that I'm doing. It's going to be a lot of fun. I recently just got my real estate license, and I am helping to really bridge that gap and to educate these developers and these building owners about, hey, it's more than just a square footage play. We're transforming economies, and we're transforming so many other great things. We're transforming lives through co-working. So that's one of my personal missions in this whole co-working sphere. So it's so great to hear you say that, Emerson.
Cool. Thank you.
Lauren, anything you want to add to that? Or Odin, did you want to say something? No, go ahead. Go for it.
No, I just wanted to, backpack on what Emerson was saying. The term co-working or even the term incubator has gotten to be so general, when really it's the spirit of those words are really specific. Where now co-working is just straight off the space, put in awesome furniture, make it look beautiful, make it look great. But then you're missing what Emerson was thinking. They don't understand the collaboration and community aspect. We've seen other places like incubators that have popped up that aren't like Seed Spot, that aren't like CEI or Center of Entrepreneurial Innovation, another incubator here in Phoenix, that are doing really good things. Because they're just missing, the spirit of what they're supposed to, and what co-working is, or what being an incubator is. And I think that just having that bring out that education of what we're really trying to do with the companies that that we do have as members, I think goes a long way with educating the entire world what co-working is for people who are new to it or haven't heard about it or just think that it's just another Regis. No offense to Regis, but just another office space that you just go in there and shut your door and like I'm saying, don't talk to anybody. That's not what we're about.
Yeah, absolutely. Lauren, anything you wanted to add to that?
Yeah, sure. Just one of the observations, that we've made here at SeatSpot, and I'm sure you guys could agree, is, the level of vulnerability that it really takes to be an entrepreneur and how the process of actually pursuing a dream that you had, a vision that you had, is a vulnerable process, and that can be a lonely one. And so I think it's so important to create space where entrepreneurs feel comfortable, sharing those vulnerable experiences of failure, of risk, but also being able to do that in community. And a value that we've seen is having the community of others that are going through, whether it's at the exact same stage as you are or not, but going through that process alongside entrepreneurs. I think that's the culture that we really need to create. And I love seeing Stephanie on the side saying that, she's ready to educate, developers on how to grow community. I think that's so important is really, we preach to all of our entrepreneurs providing a product that meets the user need. And so if our users are entrepreneurs at all these different stages, it's what are their real needs. And I think it's a community. I think it's a safe place to grow and explore. And I think it's a place to learn. And I love both Connect and Cahoots, your classroom area, you're bringing in speakers, you're providing for all of the needs of entrepreneurs. So I think we as leaders need to be the ones that are the spokespeople for the entrepreneurs and communicating that to these spaces to say, what's really going to provide them that safe, supportive environment.
Awesome. Yeah, man, we're getting a lot of love from Superfly Film, so appreciate it. I don't think I've ever had 150. I feel like I'm speeding. I think it's just it looks like my speedometer when I'm driving. But thanks for showing the love, man. But yeah, our time's about up. But I really want to thank you guys for all that you guys are doing, for continuing to show up every day, inspiring your members to go out there and execute on their visions, and just being that example. Because entrepreneurship, as you guys all know, it can be a very lonely journey, and the role that you guys play in each of your members' lives, it makes all the difference. So I want to say my hat's off to you guys and thank you.
Absolutely, Chris. Thank you very much for hosting today.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. And thanks for just doing something like this. It's just it's great. We're now seeing co-working blabs and co-working podcasts, and the community is just it's growing, and we're all reaching out to each other, and that can only do great things for what we're trying to do.
Well, great. Well, thank you. Yeah, we're only just getting started. I mean, the Co-working Success Podcast, we're getting just at 11,000 downloads. I've had it real over a year now, and it's just getting better. I have some big names that are going to be coming on the show in the next couple of weeks. It's going to get better. These blabs are going to continue to get better as well. And I always look to you guys to see how we can help and be a resource and help you guys just continue what you're doing and give you guys that support as well.
Great. Thank you so much for putting this together. I think the collaboration, especially between the cities, is important to continue to foster. So happy to be on the phone with people from across the state.
Awesome. Yeah.
Perfect. Likewise.
Yeah, it's awesome. So if you guys wouldn't mind, just jump on Twitter and just say, tell us what you thought about the show, and just put a hashtag Co-working Success Live. Want to give a shout out to a couple of our sponsors, FinSync. They are a finance software. They're pretty cool. I've been working with them for a little bit, and then also I've kind of partnered up with WorkTech Australia. It's another conference about the future of work. So they have events in New York and another one in San Francisco that I'm trying to speak at. So I'm hoping I'll be able to make that happen. It'll be a lot of fun. And then I'm sure I'll see you guys at Juicy in May, right?
Yep.
Los Angeles. We'll see you there.
Will you be? You'll be at Juicy, right, Odin?
Yeah, we'll be there.
Okay.
Definitely.
How about you, Lauren? Will you be at Juicy?
I won't be, no, but I hope that you guys will all come to Phoenix Startup Week next week if you're able.
I would love to come to Phoenix Startup Week if I was not in Atlanta, but if Steph bought me a plane ticket, I'd be there in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you wouldn't be the furthest traveled, so next year maybe.
I'm sure I wouldn't. Well, thanks everybody for jumping on this chat, and this is only going to get better from here. We're going to be doing this show every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, so I guess it's 11 o'clock your time. But if you have any other guests that you feel would benefit from being on the show or be on my podcast, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to meet them and also love to talk further with you guys as well. But thanks again, guys. Really appreciate you having me on the show.
Awesome. Thank you. Have a good day.
Awesome.
Talk to you guys later. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone.